Welcome, adventurer, to the world of Dungeons and Dragons, a realm where your imagination is the only limit and every decision you make can lead to glory or doom. Here, you will find yourself in the shoes of a hero, embarking on quests that will test your courage, wit, and strength. Imagine a world filled with magic, mystery, and danger, where the very air crackles with arcane energy and the landscape is dotted with ancient ruins and hidden treasures. This is a place where the impossible becomes possible, and every corner holds a new adventure waiting to be discovered. In this world, brave heroes face terrifying monsters in dark dungeons and forgotten ruins. These dungeons are labyrinthine, filled with traps and secrets, and the ruins echo with the whispers of long-lost civilizations. Each step you take could lead to untold riches or unspeakable horrors. At the heart of this world lies a book known as the Monster Manual. This tome is not just a collection of creatures, it is a gateway to countless stories and adventures. Each page is filled with detailed descriptions, lore, and illustrations that bring these monsters to life. This book is a treasure trove of creatures, each more strange and wonderful than the last. From fire-breathing dragons that soar through the skies, their scales glistening in the sunlight, to cunning goblins that lurk in the shadows, waiting to ambush the unwary traveler, the Monster Manual is a testament to the power of imagination. It showcases the creativity and ingenuity of the game's creators, who have drawn inspiration from a myriad of sources to populate this fantastical world with an array of beings that are as diverse as they are fascinating. But where did these creatures come from? The origins of these monsters are as varied as the creatures themselves. Many have their roots in ancient myths and legends, stories that have been passed down through the ages, evolving and changing with each retelling. Many of the monsters we encounter in D&D have roots in ancient myths and legends. These are creatures that have haunted our collective imaginations for centuries, appearing in the folklore and mythology of cultures around the world. From the dragons of European legend to the Oni of Japanese folklore, they are creatures that have haunted our collective imaginations for centuries, their forms and stories shifting and changing with each generation. These monsters are more than just adversaries. They are symbols of our deepest fears and desires, embodying the unknown and the otherworldly. Passed down through generations of storytelling, these creatures have become a part of our cultural heritage. They are the stuff of nightmares and dreams, inspiring awe and terror in equal measure. Around campfires and in the pages of books, their tales have been told and retold, each time adding new layers to their mythos. Join me as we embark on a journey to explore the origins of D&D monsters. Together, we will delve into the rich tapestry of myths and legends that have inspired these creatures, uncovering the stories behind their creation and the cultural significance they hold. We will uncover the inspiration behind their creation, exploring the minds of the artists and writers who brought them to life. Through their work, we will see how these monsters have evolved over time, reflecting the changing fears and fascinations of society, and their impact on this beloved game. Dungeons and Dragons has not only entertained millions, but has also influenced countless other games, books, and movies. The monsters of D&D have become iconic, their names and images recognized by fans around the world. So prepare yourself, adventurer, for a journey into a world of monsters where every story is an adventure and every adventure is a story waiting to be told. No discussion of Dungeons and Dragons monsters would be complete without mentioning the profound influence of J.R. Tolkien. His works have left an indelible mark on the fantasy genre, and their echoes can be felt throughout the realms of D&D. His epic fantasy novels, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, helped shape the very landscape of modern fantasy, and their impact on D&D is undeniable. These stories introduced readers to a world rich with lore, complex characters, and a sense of adventure that has inspired countless campaigns and quests in the D&D universe. Orcs, those savage and brutal creatures, are a staple of both Tolkien's world and D&D. In Tolkien's tales, orcs are depicted as malevolent beings, bred for war and destruction. This portrayal has carried over into D&D, where orcs are often seen as formidable foes, challenging adventurers with their strength and ferocity. Goblins too, with their mischievous nature and love of treasure, are instantly recognizable from their depiction in The Hobbit. These small, cunning creatures have become a common adversary in D&D, known for their trickery and penchant for causing trouble. Whether lurking in dark caves or plotting in their lairs, goblins add an element of unpredictability to any adventure. Dragons, those majestic and terrifying beasts of legend, loom large in Tolkien's work, and they hold a similarly exalted position in the D&D universe. In The Hobbit, the dragon Smaug is a central figure, embodying both the awe-inspiring and fearsome aspects of these creatures. In D&D, dragons come in many forms and colours, each with their own unique abilities and characteristics. From the fearsome red dragons, known for their fiery breath and destructive power, to the cunning green dragons who use their intelligence and guile to outwit their enemies, these creatures have challenged adventurers for generations. Each dragon encounter in D&D is a test of skill, strategy, and bravery, echoing the epic confrontations found in Tolkien's stories. Tolkien's influence extends beyond individual creatures to encompass entire races and monster types. The rich tapestry of beings that populate Middle-earth, from elves and dwarves to trolls and wargs, has provided a foundation for the diverse array of creatures found in D&D. These races and monsters add depth and variety to the game, allowing for endless possibilities in storytelling and gameplay. The dark lords and ancient evils that threaten the world of D&D, such as leeches and beholders, owe a debt to Tolkien's masterful creation of Sauron, the Dark Lord of Mordor. Sauron's malevolent presence and his quest for dominion over Middle-earth have inspired countless villains in D&D, each with their own sinister plans and dark ambitions. These antagonists provide a formidable challenge for players, driving the narrative forward and creating a sense of urgency and danger. The influence of Tolkien's work on D&D is not limited to monsters and villains. The very structure of the game, with its emphasis on epic quests, heroic deeds, and the struggle between good and evil, reflects the themes and motifs found in Tolkien's stories. Players take on the roles of heroes, embarking on adventures that test their courage, wisdom, and strength, much like the characters in The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Dungeon masters, the storytellers and architects of D&D campaigns, draw inspiration from Tolkien's intricate world-building and compelling narratives. They create immersive experiences for players, weaving together elements of mystery, danger, and wonder. The collaborative nature of D&D allows players to become part of a living story, where their choices and actions shape the outcome of their adventures. Maps, quests, and lore are integral to both Tolkien's works and D&D. The detailed maps of Middle-earth, with their sprawling landscapes and hidden secrets, have inspired countless D&D campaign settings. Quests in D&D often mirror the epic journeys undertaken by Tolkien's characters, filled with challenges, discoveries, and moments of triumph. Magical items and artifacts, such as the One Ring in Tolkien's lore, play a significant role in D&D as well. These items can grant great power or bring about devastating consequences, adding layers of intrigue and complexity to the game. Players must navigate the dangers and temptations of these artifacts, making choices that can alter the course of their adventures. The legacy of J.R. Tolkien's work continues to resonate within the world of Dungeons and Dragons. His contributions to the fantasy genre have laid the groundwork for a rich and immersive gaming experience, where players can explore new worlds, face formidable foes, and create their own epic tales. As we delve into the realms of orcs, dragons, and ancient evils, we pay homage to the master storyteller, whose imagination has inspired generations of adventurers. While Tolkien's influence is undeniable, the roots of D&D monsters extend far beyond the pages of his books. The world of Dungeons and Dragons is a rich tapestry woven from countless threads of myth, legend, and folklore. Each creature, each monster, has a story that predates the game itself, drawing from the deep well of human imagination and cultural heritage. European folklore and mythology are teeming with creatures that have found their way into the game. From the dense forests of Germany to the misty moors of Scotland, tales of strange beings have been passed down through generations. These stories, filled with wonder and fear, have provided a fertile ground for the creation of many iconic D&D monsters. Goblins, those mischievous and often malicious creatures, have haunted European folklore for centuries. In many tales, they are depicted as small, green-skinned beings with a penchant for causing trouble. They lurk in the shadows, waiting to play tricks on unsuspecting travelers or steal from the unwary. Their presence in D&D is a testament to their enduring appeal as symbols of chaos and mischief. Trolls, too, with their immense size and strength, are a common motif in Scandinavian mythology, lurking beneath bridges and in dark forests. These hulking creatures are often portrayed as slow-witted but incredibly powerful, capable of crushing bones with a single blow. In D&D, trolls are formidable foes, their regenerative abilities making them particularly challenging to defeat. The eerie and unsettling creatures of European folklore, such as banshees and wraiths, add an element of horror to the game, reminding us that not all monsters are driven by brute strength. Banshees with their mournful wails are harbingers of death, while wraiths, ghostly apparitions of the dead, embody the fear of the unknown and the afterlife. These spectral beings add a layer of psychological horror to the game, challenging players to confront their deepest fears. Some are driven by ancient grudges or a thirst for vengeance. These creatures, often born from tragic tales of betrayal and loss, seek to right the wrongs done to them in life. Their stories add depth and complexity to the game, transforming simple encounters into rich narratives filled with emotion and intrigue. Even seemingly innocuous creatures like pixies and sprites, often depicted as whimsical and playful, can possess a darker side in D&D, capable of both mischief and malice. These tiny beings, with their magical abilities and capricious nature, can be both allies and adversaries. Their unpredictable behavior adds an element of surprise to the game, keeping players on their toes and ensuring that no encounter is ever truly safe.